What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Can sons handle a father's honesty? So last night, picked my son up from school after I got off of work with basketball practice or whatever, and we had to have this conversation. I thought it was a silly conversation to have, but one of those conversations about, listen, you're trying to do things your way and your way doesn't work. So why don't you just run down how this plan actually works out so you can see where it ends again? And it dawned on me when I got home that a lot of times sons don't like their fathers because their fathers have to be brutally honest. Not necessarily brutally honest, but just honest. Because a father's got to tell you that's not a good idea, or that is a good idea. A father's got to tell you, the probability of this working. And when I say probability, when people say, oh man, I don't need you taking a dump on my dreams. I don't think fathers out here taking a dump on your dreams. I think fathers are out here trying to tell you, okay, this is a 1 in 200, 1,000 people chance. But here's the thing. Maybe that's not the path I would have went. Maybe that's not my path. Maybe that's not the direction I would go. But I can't tell you how to be the 1 in the 200,000, but I can tell you how to eliminate at least 150 to 175,000 of those people off the rip. The type of work you're going to have to put in to eliminate those people. And I think that part of it becomes an issue, because now it's like you're going to have to get up earlier than these people, work harder than these people, be more consistent than these people. You're going to have to make sure that, you're going to have to be better than these people. These people are going to quit at some point. They're going to quit. Now, with that being said, now you're going to have to compete against the rest of the people who are actually wanting to compete for these positions, for this number 1 spot. And some of those people might be better than you. Some of those people might be better well connected, or their families may have better networking than ours, or maybe they edited their highlights in life better than you. Maybe their reputation precedes them. Who knows what? But maybe you're gonna have, maybe they get 100 opportunities where you only get 20. You're gonna have to make the most out of your 20 and make your 20 overshadow those 100. It's not gonna be fair. It's not gonna be equal. It's not gonna be equitable. It's none of that. And I come to think about it, I was like, I could see it even in my own son's face, like, why are you telling me this? And at one point, sometimes I'll pause and talk to him. I'm like, look, you know what? I'm telling you this stuff now so that when you turn 18, 19, 20, 22, 25, you can't say, I didn't know. Nobody ever told me. No, I'm telling you this because I remember the last game of football season, a few weeks back, he dropped a touchdown pass. It would have been like a slant, not skinny post really. And he dropped it, and it wasn't nothing but green grass there. I was like, you saw the ball, and then it was funny to me. But then there was another play that was it was a hitch, and the quarterback got pressure, and he threw a floater that was off. So he ran the right route. He ran the hitch. The quarterback threw a pass. I guess he got hit as he threw, and it kind of fluttered away. But he could But he ran the hitch, moved a little to the left, and batted the ball down because he thought that the DB was breaking on it. And I told him after the game, I said, you had 2 touchdowns and you dropped them. The first one you just dropped. The second one, he was like, oh, the pass was like this and the pass was like that. It shouldn't have came that way. I was like, it ain't supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to, your job is to catch it. It's not your job to have it perfect. So in the second one, instead of batting the ball down, you could have just reached out when you moved over, yanked it out the air because it was slow. And you would have just ran off. And then he says, man, you just don't get it. And the next day, kids went out to play basketball together, and he wound up throwing passes to the post to this guy, in the post to this guy, and he realized the guy didn't want the passes. You know, it had to be perfect. They was right there, but he was like, oh, you got to put it in this particular spot or I'm not going to catch it. And then my son was like, he didn't catch the ball because he didn't want it. It didn't have to be perfect. And I just looked at him. He was like, oh. Then he just looked back. He said, the irony. Yeah, the irony. This is like, literally the game was on a Thursday, and this happened on a Saturday. You know, and I say that to say this. He didn't like the honesty of the conversations, and then 2 days later, he wound up on the other end of the conversation, seeing how it looks. And I think a lot of times sons have a difficult time because a dad will put you in a situation that I told you what it is. Now I'm going to put you in a situation to show you what it is. Now you tell me what you're going to do. And the kids want to kind of fight like I'm special. Ain't nothing going, it's different for me. And they find out they're not that special and not that different. And then it becomes a heartbreaker. And now I hate you. Because you put me out there in a situation where either it was going to feed my ego or crush it. And if my ego gets crushed, I hate you. If my ego gets fed, you know, I don't like you, but because I think you hate now if you tell me I'm still making mistakes. But I, you know, give me a ride here so I can feel better about crushing these people. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is in parenting. So, and I think kids have sons in particular have a hard time dealing with the fact that the world don't owe you nothing, you know. And it's not going to be no unconditional love. And that's the other thing. Like, you know, sons hate the father's honesty because it's not the mother's coddling, you know. But that's just my point of reference on this. Catch y'all on the next one. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying, man. Peace.